I'm too black for church. That was a mistake on the enemy's behalf. Because he keep doing things to me thinking that it will take me down to my strengthening. No. I told Pastor Tim, I said, I need to get over this. I need to forgive this person and move forward. They don't matter. For the weapons of my warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God. I need to go through it. They don't matter. To the pulling down the strongholds, I will yank down the weak holds of the enemy. And you, get out of my face. I need to get them out of here. When I talk about the story, I don't even think about the person. I need to heal right now so I can move on to glory. This was another step. If Miss Carol said, she said, Jamie, I just feel like this is another spot for breakthrough for you. You are seconds from breakthrough. She don't know it, but he whom the Son sets free is free indeed. I'm indeed free because of the fact that you said that to me. You made church about blackness, and I love it because why? Because I'm gonna eat it, chew it up, and I'm gonna swallow it. Why? Because I don't want to waste it. This is pain, and if I'm gonna have it, I'm gonna experience it. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna take it for all it's got. I'm gonna this is meat. I want it. This ain't milk pain. This is meat pain. Telling me that I won't make it to church because I'm black, and that no one will ever want to talk to me in that church because I'm black. Telling me that tells me I'm at an inept state. I love people, but that tells me that I'm at an inept state based on something that I cannot, have not, and will never be able to control. I didn't know when God decided to make people a certain race that he had to check with others. I didn't know that. I thought that was his decision. He chose me black. He chose me black. He liked my back black. Black. He said also, Tiana also said, he said, God said, she said to me, because she don't know none about my poems, painting, I did not know where she was at. Remember, if you guys, I talked to you guys about this before a little bit. Tiana was just, she wasn't even experiencing God. Her mother is an evangelist or evangelist. When I talk about Tracy, that's her mother. Tiana was not interested in Jesus. And I was interested, but I wasn't pursuing. I was interested, but it was complicated. Our relationship was in and out. I wasn't sure based on the day. Why? Because one Sunday, Tracy was telling me that I was saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Spirit. I was not sick. And the lie that had been told to me that I was sick was a lie from the pit of hell. Right? Well, go with me for a second. The next Sunday, when that woman would speak, she told me I was full of the devil. I was definitely, she would tell me, I came in the door one day, she barraged me. You are so bipolar. I looked this up online today, and this description fits you. I never told anybody this. This is how I found out I was bipolar. This is how powerful the tongue is. I found out I was bipolar because I came in from working all day long, a 10 to 7 shift, but I worked 2 hours away. So to drive 2 hours and come back 2 hours in traffic, because even though I left at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I was supposed to clock out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or sign out. We signed out. So they went by a trust system. Though I was supposed to sign out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I could never leave because there was always something to do. So they did the trust system purposely because they wanted to make sure they never ended up paying you more than that. Because if you're really a good manager, you would schedule yourself at 5 o'clock and you can walk out every day at 5 o'clock. Okay? We'll leave that alone. I walked in the house one day, and she was sitting in my room on my computer. And she said, look at this description. This description fits you perfectly. It fits you perfectly. I looked this up today. I was looking on the computer, and I looked this up today. I found this. This is you. You are bipolar. You are so bipolar. You are bipolar. Say it. Don't you think this fits you? You are bipolar. Eyes have not seen. Ears have not heard. So they said, God even said that was a lie from the pit of hell, right? That was a lie from the pit of hell. So she called me demonic. She must be the pit of hell because it came from her, right? That's where it started. Then we went to a psychiatrist who said, talk to me because of all the trauma that I went through. She said, just tell what you've been through. So I went there and I told her all the trauma I've been through. And he said, yeah, you are bipolar. Because she was sitting there. She suggested it. So he went with it. He said, yeah, you are bipolar. I need you to take these medicines. You are bipolar. That's why are you always taking it? You're always taking things. You take it. No matter what anybody says, you take it. I take rejection. I take dejection. When somebody gives it to me, if you feed me rejection, I'll take it. I have no other choice. But I feel like I don't have any other choice. But God said no. Rejection is not your portion. Healing is the children's bread. That's your portion. Your portion is not indicative of what you eat. Your portion is indicative of what the table that you sit at. That's your portion. He prepares the table before you in the presence of your enemies because that's your portion. The table is prepared before you. It has your portion. Rejection is not my portion. God does not reject me. God loves me. Therefore, anybody that rejects me is not of God. They are rejected themselves, and I cast that spirit down. I'm coming against it. I gotta get up and speak it. I've been rejected my whole life. And some people laugh at me when they're doing it. It's fun for them. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Is not boasting. It's telling you this ain't a fun thing. Him preparing a table before me in the presence of my enemies sounds like I'm eating under threat. Oh, but God. She said, God said you're powerful. And she said, and then you think, she said, you're so overwhelmed because of the painting and the poetry. She was like, you even boast. And she said, I hear you. I deal with this, not knowing. She don't know Jamie now. Because that's how I talk. I say, I deal with this. I'm just saying that to people, boasting in God. But look at what God can do. Ain't I outside the house? Am I inside the house crying and whining? Oh my Lord, your kidney stones, gallstones. I got stones in my kneecap. I said, take the stone and use it to fire at the enemy. That David only needed one stone. He just gathered 5. His portion was 5, but he only used 1. The funny thing is, we're not gathering what we need. So we're walking around exalting our gallstones, exalting our kidney stones. I said, that's why I boast. She said, I hear you almost boasting about it. I said, yes, because God is delivering me. I don't feel or act the same way I used to. What they don't realize is that I am in this situation because I took on word that wasn't mine. So I dropped OCD. I dropped PTSD. I dropped, and she said, God is about to blow your mind. He's going to blow your mind. He said, keep taking your medicine. God is about to blow your mind. So what that says is be obedient. Stay in the lane that you're in. Yes, you open this door, but stay in the lane that you're in. Yet, no, you did not have a mother, and you just wanted one in that woman. But stay in the lane that you're in. Why? Because if you got in that lane, yes, God could have delivered me. The woman spoke another disease over me. Another disease was spoken over me. And about 5 years after it was spoken over me, I said, what happened to this? I know I had this thing. What happened to this? I haven't heard about that. What I did not know, she said, God said he got up and went to battle for me and fought that off. He said, you're so powerful. He said, but why do you keep taking things off people? He fought that one off. Fought that lie off. Shut the lions mouths, because that's what they are, right? The church has ceased to be about gospel, but they become about gossip. They are lions, right? We got powerful mouths when it comes to speaking gossip over people, but we can't speak to the mountain. And if somebody comes in our lives that's telling us to speak to the mountain, we run away from them. Oh no, that's not what I've been told. That's not what I've been taught. Let me walk in the ministry that I grew up in, but let me try to operate in what I'm living in now. That's ignorant. That's insane. Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That's why you're not advancing. I told Pastor Tim, I said, I'm not concerned right now. I said, this woman that I'm dealing with right now is awesome at what she does. I said, but I want to start talking to you. Pastor Tim get on my nerves. That's why I love him. I said, I want to start talking to you. Why? Because I'm not looking for retention. I'm looking for growth. I'm not looking to retain what I got. I'm looking for growth. I'm not looking to be in retention of the same grade that I'm in. I'm looking for growth. See, I know that I will never go anywhere if I keep walking in the same altitude with my attitude. I will stay exactly where I'm at. The reason why the church is not growing is because they're retaining water instead of sharing it. Isn't Jesus the well water? The well. He sat on the well and would talk to the Samaritan woman. He sat on the well and talked to her, and he became her well. What she did not realize is he built his throne on her well. She said to him, do you think that you're greater than our father Jacob who built this well? He showed her in his positioning. I said, why did he sit out there and sit on the well? He was sitting on the well because he's an example. He's a prophet even in his showing. He sat on the well because he wanted her to see when she walked up. He saw a man that had set himself in position on top of the well. She saw a Pharisee. She saw a teacher, a leader that sat himself in position on top of the well. So he beat out all her arguments about having a great well before she even got out there. Well, he took it to school. Well, she forgot why she was there and ran in the opposite direction. Now, to tell people, come see a man. And I love the churches that don't accept women preachers. I love that because the first actual evangelist was a woman. Come see a man. Can you go see the man? You know what that man is? You wouldn't know if she didn't tell you. Come see a man. And she was a hoe. She was a hoe like Jamie. She was a hoe. And here's the thing, she was a transgender too. Trans fixer, trans something. She was something, trans. Why? Because she's trying to fix herself based on every man that she was with. He said, go get your husband. She said, I ain't got one. He said, I know. You got 5 husbands, and the man that you living with now ain't even your husband. You a hoe. He didn't say that. He didn't sing it like that. But he did say that about the 5 and the 1. 5 and a 1. 5 plus 1. Can you fit all them people at your table that God prepared for you? No.